I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Just little tired because now is time. My time is 8 p.m. in Turkey.
Okay, pretty late. It's really loud. It seems like there. I'm not sure.
Loud?
It was loud. It seems to be getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And what was your day like? What did you do today?
Today, for I couldn't understand your. There is
So,
a echo.
hmm.
Mm.
I wonder why. Uh, think. Oh, let's try that. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Now it's better. Yes.
Sorry. I can't believe I probably gave my whole last class with the wrong microphone too. Uh, okay. And yeah, so Mustafa, um, what did you do today? What was your day like?
Uh, Today I had some busy day. I had
Hmm?
two big meetings. So it was a little bit heavy. We can say for the meeting, it was very heavy. It was very strong. So I had to keep my brain to catch all the things which people talking in the meeting.
Okay, so maybe it was a really important meeting.
Yeah, yeah, it's important because I was a moderator.
Okay.
So I had to take notes because of being moderator. I couldn't lost any statements which audience and participants uh, said.
Okay, good. So yeah, that sounds like it's really intense. So being the moderator of a meeting, um, yeah, really, really intense. Okay. Nacho, welcome to class. Nacho, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you, Joshua?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. And so, what's your day been like, Nacho?
I guess it could have been the day could have been worse.
It
I
could have
think,
been worse.
yeah. But okay, now right now, yeah, it yet is 7 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, so it's okay. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be a better day.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully. All right. And Giuseppe, welcome to class. Giuseppe, how are you?
Fine, fine. And you?
Doing well. Giuseppe, is this the same Giuseppe that I've had recently, or
Yes,
is
yes, it's the
okay?
same. I've
Changed your
changed my
picture.
picture.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes it's hard to tell just based on your voice. But
Yes.
yeah, Giuseppe, what's your day been like?
Oh, it's a normal day work. uh, Nothing special. Work and work.
No.
I've
Okay.
just come back from my work.
Okay. Nice. I guess that's not the worst thing ever. Work is good. It means you're making money. Um,
Yes. But I see in your back you have a sun.
yeah,
Your
it's still pretty light out.
okay.
Yeah, it's noon here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and is Wanderson, how's it going? Hmm. Wanderson, are you there? Doesn't sound good. All right, and all right, Nacho, what are you gonna do tomorrow?
tomorrow is going to be a good day because we have the Christmas the Christmas meeting in the at the work, and we are going together not to just a few group of 20 people, but we are going to have lunch together. I'm sure it's going to be a good day.
Okay, nice. Christmas meeting, and you're gonna get lunch together. That does sound like it'll be nice.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Okay, good. And let's get started with today's class. And so we'll be talking about job interviews. And let's start with Mustafa. Can you read the title in the next few lines?
Job interviews. In today's class, we will practice job interviews, learn job interview vocabulary, talk about pet peeves.
Nice pronunciation of peeves. That was great. Really good job, Mustafa. Okay. And let's go to the next page. Mustafa, can you... Okay, hold on. Sorry. Mustafa, can you ask Giuseppe the first question?
Steffi, when was the last time you went in for a job interview?
For a job interview, it was 8 years ago when I passed an interview for my job, and I got it.
Nice.
How was the interview? What kind of question did you get?
It was a technical question because I work in a technical job. It was a technical question and social question for the management of people.
It was a social question for the management of people.
Yes.
So is that a question like, how do you manage people? Well,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that? A social question for the management of people?
I've responded this answer.
Yeah, so what do you mean by it was a social... I'm
Okay.
not sure if I understood.
Okay. What the some question about what kind of leader I'm.
Okay. What kind of leader are you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. And Erin, welcome to class. Erin, how are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm fine, and you?
Nice. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, and yeah, this is good. Let's have Giuseppe. Can you ask Nacho the next question?
Okay. How many times have you interviewed for a position?
how many times? I've had an interview just 2 times. In fact, last time I went to an interview was 20 years ago, and I've been working since then in the same place. So I had, and before this work, I was working for a few years in another job. So it was the 2 times that I've gone to an interview.
Okay. And so before that, you were working for another job, and so those are the only 2 times you had an interview. What was your interview like? How did it go? Obviously, it went well enough to get you a job.
I have to say that I can't remember. I can't remember. It was so far away, so long
Ago.
so that I can't remember right. But I think it was well because they got me. Uh, Everything has gone well. So I can remember. I remember that I was very nervous about that because I was looking for a job in a city different than where I was living before, and I
Because
was nervous. But I can remember that once it started, everything went very well.
okay, nice. I was looking for a job in a different city or in a city other than the city that I was in. Um,
I was
yeah.
I was living in a city, but I would like I was looking for a job in another city because I want to move. I wanted to move.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Really nice answer. Um, okay. And yeah, perfect. Let's have Erin. What do you think the man in this picture is asking the woman? What do you think he's asking her?
Well, I think he's in the uh, his woman CV. Maybe he is asking about some question of his CV.
Okay, so he's looking at the woman's CV and
Mhm.
he is asking her a question about the CV. Okay, what kind of question do you think?
Could be usually they ask about the experience, the past experience, the role and the relationship with the past boss work.
Okay, your role and your relationship with your previous employer.
Yeah,
Mm,
that is common way when the people ask.
yeah, okay, those are definitely really common questions. Okay, nice. And let's go on to the next page. Giuseppe, can you read the title, the directions, and the words?
Vocabulary. Use these words in a sentence or define them. Analyzed, attend, carried out, collaborated, engineered, facilitated, overcame, rectified.
Good. You did a really nice job. Only a couple small things. Collaborated.
Collaborated, collaborated,
Good. And then facilitated.
facilitated, facilitated.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Uh,
Uh,
what does it mean the rectified?
Okay. Who can explain what rectified means? Does anybody know?
When something is corrected,
Yeah, exactly. So when you rectify something, you correct it. Good. Any other questions?
the second word attend.
Okay. Good. Who can explain what attained means?
I think
Uh,
attain is to be rich, to reach, to reach.
So to reach a goal,
Yeah.
check mark, to reach something. Yeah, that's perfect. Any other questions? Okay. Let's try Mustafa. Can you make a sentence with engineered?
uh, well, have you did you work in a company who working on the engineering, working on set of factories and works there understand some engineers. Okay, no. Engineers is different. Sorry. Uh, uh, engineer, did you engineer some kind of equipment in your factory?
Okay, that's good.
Did you engineer some kind of equipment? Yes.
This is good. Remember, too, that engineer really just means create or make. So I engineered a solution to the biggest public relations problem in the history of Sony. Yeah, and so engineered is just like found or created or made. Hopefully that makes sense. So you don't always have to engineer things that are technical, but good. And Aldona, welcome to class. Aldona, how are you doing?
Hello, Joshua. I'm fine. I hope you too.
I'm doing well. I like your picture, Aldona. It's very festive. Okay. And let's have Nacho. Can you make a sentence using overcame?
Overcame. Let me see. Overcame. Did you overcome your exam?
Did you overcome your exam? I think we would say, did you pass your exam?
Yeah.
You could ask, did you overcome your fear of taking exams? You'd overcome a fear. Yeah. In that sense, overcoming something is like defeating an obstacle. An exam wouldn't necessarily be an obstacle.
Okay.
So it sounds a little bit odd to say, did you overcome your exam? Does that make sense, Nacho?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
All right.
You overcome. Okay.
All right, and let's move on to the next one. And Aldona, can you read the role of the boss? And Erin, can you read the role of the person being interviewed?
Wow, you have 3 master's degrees and a PhD.
Yes, it is. That's a very impressive, but interestingly, I have no common sense whatsoever.
That's not the sort of thing you should say during a job interview.
I don't see why not.
Good. Aldona, what's common sense?
It's something that you feel about? Something?
It's something that you feel about. Not quite. Any other ideas? Does anybody know a good definition of common sense?
Common sense. I think is logic. Common sense is
A good mind.
in mind. Yes, logic way to think about.
Yeah. It's logic. We could even
Mind
say
or
it's
something.
basic logic. That everyone is expected to know. So it's like basic human logic. So just really, really general things like if you can see the bone coming out of your leg, you should go to the hospital. Not to be gory, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Sorry. Yeah, so just general things. If your hand is really hot because it's on the stove, you should probably take your hand off of the stove. Those are things that are just common sense. You shouldn't ask somebody what to do if you've got a broken leg or if your hand is burning on the stove. You should just act on those things. So this is common sense, just general basic logic. All right, and Giuseppe, can you explain kind of what's happening in this comic?
Okay, the boss, I would say, the boss is reading the curriculum vitae
Mhm.
of the the people sit in front.
Of the
And
person.
yes, sitting in front. The boss is impressed by the degree, the master degree of these people, but the response from these people is very strange
Person,
because
remember.
please.
Person, remember. The response from this person, not people.
This person is very strange because he said at the boss he have no common sense. The boss respond to him. It's not something you should say at the in interview.
Yeah. And he says, I don't see why not. Why is that last thing that he says funny? Does anybody know? Why is the last thing that the man says funny?
Yes, because he says that although he's got 3 master degrees, he's not that bright.
Not that bright. I think that there's, I mean,
And he
common.
admitted.
Yeah. Common sense is maybe a little bit different than intelligence, too. So there are people who are really, really intelligent who often don't have the most common sense, like social norms. So common sense about social norms. So people who are really intelligent often just don't know how to act in some situations. Um, and so, yeah, even if he is really, really smart, he has all these degrees, he doesn't have any common sense, which is a little bit different, again, than intelligence. Um, yeah, and so he's just proving. He's proving that he has no common sense when he can't understand why he wouldn't tell the boss that he has no common sense. So it's reaffirming the fact that he has no common sense. He still doesn't get it even when somebody tells him. And so that's just about it. I think you guys are all pretty much right. So really good. Any questions here on this page?
In the second picture,
Mm-hmm.
the person said, "I have no common sense whatsoever." It's not to negation in the same sentence. You have no, and you have whatsoever.
Whatsoever is like at all. So I have no common sense at all.
Okay.
Um, yeah, really good question though. Any other questions? Okay, let's go on to the next page. Let's skip that for now. And let's try to practice some of these questions. Let's start with Giuseppe. Can you ask Nacho the first question?
Okay. What are your strengths?
My my strengths. Okay, my strengths are my capacity to work in a team and to get a good relationship between us.
Okay, my strengths are my capacity to work in a team and to get a good relationship between maybe
between everyone.
okay, between everyone. Here's my capacity to work in a team.
To build, you read to build a good relationship. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that, Nacho?
No, I tell that you wrote to build a good relationship. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe so we might want to be singular. So my strength, if it's just one, is my capacity to work in a team. And then maybe we'd say have two sentences. I can build good relationships. Yeah.
A good relationship.
Between everyone in the team.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be good. Can you read that one more time?
My strength is my capacity to work in a team. I can build good relationship between everyone in the team.
Yeah. Okay. And Israel, welcome to class. Israel, how are you doing?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
And I don't think I've seen you in class before, so welcome to class, Israel. Israel, where are you from?
I'm from Dominican Republic.
Nice. Okay, cool. Dominican Republic. And really good to meet you. Okay, Nacho, can you ask Adela the next question?
Okay, Adela, what are your weaknesses?
Well, Aldona says that one of my weaknesses is I think I'm too much talkative, and I get quickly bored when there is nothing interesting to do.
There's nothing
interesting to do.
Good. How do you correct that? So on this question, a good rule of thumb is if you're going to mention your weaknesses, which are really good, these are great weaknesses, what are you doing to try to correct those? So like, how are you trying to be less talkative at work, or how does being talkative help you, or how do you use it to your advantage maybe? And the same thing with being bored. So how are you trying to fix those things, Aldona?
Well, it's pretty hard to me to be less talkative, but if I have lots of work to do, I simply don't have time to be talkative. I don't talk that much. What to do? I don't have much time to do. And the work should be interesting. Otherwise, I get bored. I'm sorry.
Okay, otherwise I get bored. This is good. One of my weaknesses is that I think I'm too much talkative. How would we change this? We need to change something here.
I'm too much. Enough? Not.
Not quite.
But
So
which word is
we need to remove a word.
two?
Not
or
quite.
much
Yeah.
talkative?
I'm too talkative. You could even say I am much too talkative. I don't know if I'd go that
Okay.
far. So if you're much too talkative, you talk like by far too much. And so I don't think that I would say that in my weaknesses, just because it's a little bit over the top. I'm just too talkative, and then I get quickly bored if there's nothing interesting to do. It's pretty hard for me to be less talkative. Is one correction there, but other than that, you did a really good job. Aldona, can you ask Erin the next question and make up a company name?
Okay. Aaron, why are you interested in working for IBM company?
Well, I really want interested in work of the new topic of data analysis. I find this new topic really interesting. This is a mix of some scientific research, something about hacking things. It's a mix about programming and do stuff like statistics, and I'm really interested in working that.
Okay, I'm interested in, not I'm interesting in, interested.
Interested.
Yeah. There was a lot that I wasn't able to understand. I'm not sure if it was because you were talking quickly, or just maybe I'm not familiar with the things that you were talking about. So, yeah. Maybe if you could repeat that sentence or those sentences one more time, just maybe a little bit more slowly. I can see if I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, sorry, sometimes I speak fast. Also in Spanish, I did the same thing.
That's okay.
Well, I really interested in work in a new topic called data analysis. This topic is a mix of software engineer and statistic math. Uh,
Software engineering
yep,
and basic math.
and statistics.
Statistics.
Statistics. Is
Oh.
statistics?
We could
Statistics.
say statistics.
Statistics.
So statistics or statistical mathematics. Mathematics.
Okay.
Should be statistical. Can you repeat either one of those two things?
Sure. This is a mix of software engineer and statistics.
Yeah, software engineering.
Engineering and statistics.
Good. Okay. Really interesting. And is that what you're actually interested in real life?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. Which do you prefer, statistics or software engineering?
Software engineer, but this new topic of data analysis, we use both part in a blender. It's the interesting part.
Okay.
But I study software developer, and that's where I work.
Okay. Yeah, good. And let's have Erin, can you ask Giuseppe the next question?
Sure. Giuseppe,
Yes.
what did you leave your current company?
I'd like to leave my current company because my work doesn't match with my expectation, and I have had last week a new opportunity with a job with a new job. And it's the reason because I want to leave.
Okay. And I have had last week a new opportunity with a new job. Maybe we change the place of last week. Where would we put last week in the sentence?
In the beginning,
Yeah.
last
So,
week I have had.
And last week I have had. I think we would use a word like received. I received a new
Yes.
opportunity, or I found, or I was given. All those could work. Had a new opportunity implies that it's kind of over, which it's not, because you're at a job interview. Hopefully, does that make sense?
Yes. It's when was given in this sentence is a passive voice.
Yes, it would be passive voice.
Okay.
And passive voice isn't always as terrible as people make it out to be. It is grammatically correct. It
Yes.
works. People dislike it, I think, a little bit too much sometimes. I don't mind passive voice. So yeah, you kind of get into some grammar wars there. But I don't think it's too bad. Anyways, so last week I received, found, or was given a new opportunity with a new job, and it's the reason because I want to leave. How would we change that part?
It's I don't know.
Who can help him? Who would tell us what we change here?
Can change because for why? The reason why I want to leave.
Yes, exactly. So that's the reason why I want to leave.
Okay.
If you said, why do you want to leave? I want to leave because, but that's the reason why. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, can you read that sentence one more time?
Okay. I would like to leave my current company because my work doesn't match with my expectations. And last week I received a new opportunity with a new job, and it's the reason why I want to leave.
Good, very nicely done. And Giuseppe, can you ask Israel the next question?
Yes, tell me about a time you deal with a crisis.
Okay. Okay. I had a manager that worked efficiently instead of bossing everyone around. He set an example or work very hard, and I had to work and to trade and to deal with people like him. So uh, I did uh, I did my best to deal with people and work efficiently.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if that's much of a crisis. A crisis would be more like an emergency. This sounds maybe like a difficult situation or like a learning anecdote. Really good grammar, though. So instead of bossing everyone around, he set an example of working very hard, and I had to work and trade and deal with people like him. I did my best to deal with people and work efficiently. Yeah, I think that's solid. All right. Maybe let's have Nacho. Can you tell us about a time that you dealt with a crisis?
Um, okay. Um, I can remember now a very a huge crisis once that we and my company designed a factory for a farm that was were growing pigs, and at the end of the works, the owner of the factory had no money to pay us, and we had to to get we had to take ham uh, instead of money. We had to all the company to start to sell all the ham that we had uh, got from the client.
That's
Does it make
awesome.
sense? It's a, it's
Yeah.
a, it's a fact. It's a real fact.
Yeah, at the end of the job, the owner of the factory. Oh, so at the end of the job,
At the
instead of at
end of
this.
the design, yeah, we designed for him a factory, and at
Yeah,
the end,
at
he
the end of the.
he
Yeah.
didn't have money to pay us, and we had uh, to we we agreed with him that instead of money they was going to pay us by ham,
That's so funny.
and
Um,
then we had to sell all the hams we got.
okay, good. I think this is good. Um, so like yeah, maybe focus on negotiating for a different type of payment. So
Yeah,
start out by him saying like he said he couldn't pay us and we didn't know what to do, and finally, um, we or I decided that, we could take like ham on commission or something, which is awesome. That's really funny. Cool. That's a good story.
yeah.
Really good anecdote. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Let's go to the next page. Yeah, let's talk about pet peeves. Aaron, can you tell us what pet peeves are?
Pet peeve, I don't remember. I think I see about that. Is there are mistakes.
Okay, not quite mistakes. Can you read this?
Yeah, things that other people irritate you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, things that other people do that irritate you is a pet peeve. So
Okay.
can you read the example, Aaron?
Sure. What are some of your coworker pet peeves? Example: I hate when my coworker try to look at my computer monitor when I'm working.
Yeah, when I am working. And all right, Giuseppe, what about you? Do you have any coworker pet peeves?
Uh, not especially, but no, I don't think so. But pet peeves is a noun?
A pet peeve is a noun. Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay, you can't use this noun in a sentence.
Yeah. So one pet peeve that I have is when
Okay, you can. Okay.
maybe saying my biggest pet peeve is when people I don't know, eat loudly at their desks while I am trying to work. Maybe that would be my biggest
Okay.
pet peeve, you could say. Does that help?
Yes, yes. It's very
Okay.
useful.
And so, yeah, do you have any pet peeves? Do you have any pet peeves, Giuseppe?
Yes, yes. I think when my coworker or other people try to look at the private information about me on the computer, because in my company all things are centralized on a server, and everybody have access to the private information about the coworker.
Wow.
Wow, this is bad. This is
Yes, yes, because when you have your happy birthday at the morning, everyone wish you an happy birthday. It's strange because normally nobody know my date of birth.
Yeah,
Well,
this,
nobody
it's
knows.
this can be dangerous. It's a
but
really it's
it's
a
a
really grave
limited.
issue.
Yes, but it's very limited at the at my office. It's not it's not spread in the other company.
But if I will be your team member, I can download this information and pass to the internet in my computer. This is
Yeah. It does seem a little bit sketchy. Definitely seems like a privacy issue, although I guess I'm not familiar with the system, but it does sound a little bit odd. And I guess that's a solid pet peeve to have. Giuseppe.
Yes.
Israel, what about you? Do you have any coworker pet peeves?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, my my pet peeve is when my coworkers or manager uh, tell me something in the time instead of tell me in advance or organize the schedule.
When my coworkers or my manager tell me something in what?
In at the moment, or ask me to do something at the moment if necessary. In
Okay.
necessary instead of ask me the same thing uh, in advance or with time. I don't
In
know
advance.
if you understand.
Yeah. So my pet peeve is when my coworkers or my manager ask me to do something immediately or right away instead of telling me the same thing in advance.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you repeat that sentence one more time?
yeah, yeah. My pet peeve is when my coworkers or manager ask me to do something immediately or right away instead of asking me the same thing in advance.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And I guess Nacho, what about you? Any coworker pet peeves?
Yes, I think my biggest pet peeve is the unpunctuality. I hate people that always arrive uh, late. Mm, and I hate the fact that I have to to arrive on time, and I'm doing something and I had to stop that to arrive on time, and then I arrive on time and the other person who has uh, which have I have a meeting arrives late, and I had to be wasting time for him.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Punctuality. I hate people that always arrive late. I hate that I arrive on time, stop what I'm doing, and the other person who I had to meet arrives late, and I wasted my time. Good. Yeah, that's a good one. I guess, Aaron, what about you? Pet peeves?
Do you know one of my pet peeves? It when some college is eating some delicious and don't invite me.
um,
This is
when
bad.
somebody is eating something delicious and doesn't invite me. Good.
Yes.
That's nice. That's probably the funniest pet peeve. Good. Really nice job. Does anybody have any questions on this page?
Nope.
Okay. And let's go on to the next page. Actually, let's go back to this comic. I like this comic. And let's have Giuseppe, can you read the role of the boss? And Israel, can you read the role of the person being interviewed?
Okay. We need someone, job interview. We need someone who can solve the biggest engineering problem we have ever encountered.
Just distribute the power supply across both functions and double the fan size.
Thanks. If I need anything else, I will interview you again.
Good. The only small things I saw in this comic were encountered.
Encountered.
And good. Distribute. Israel.
Distribute. Okay.
Yeah, distribute. Distribute the power supply across both functions and double the fan size. Yeah, I think that's good. Really nicely done. Nacho, what's happening here? What's happening in this comic?
What happened in this comic? I'm afraid that the boss is taking advantage of the guy that is looking for a job, and once the boss has the solution of his biggest problem, he said him that maybe and when he has again a new big problem, only with interview can solve the problem. He's taking advantage of him a lot.
Nice. Okay, so maybe I changed the end of it a little bit. Really good grammar on the beginning. I'm afraid that the boss is taking advantage of the guy that is looking for a job. That was awesome, Nacho. Once the boss has the solution to the problem, he tells. So remember, if we're using the indirect object pronoun him, so he tells him, or you could say he says. So he says, or he tells him. Either would work.
Yeah.
Just slightly different. He tells him he will ask him for another interview if he has another big problem. So he's just using the guy to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, really nicely done. And let's ask Eren, have you ever felt like this in any sort of situation? Have you ever felt anything like this?
Yeah, in my profession it's common when we make an interview. Sometimes we ask about a problem that we have we can solve to see if the people who interviewed have another solution. It's really usual.
Okay.
Actually, I did sometimes.
Okay. Nice. And so do you think that's common in your field? Interesting. Okay. What about you, Giuseppe? Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, but not during an interview.
Okay.
Sometimes my boss asks me um, for solving a problem, and sometimes I feel like this comic.
Okay. My boss asks me to solve a
Ask me
problem.
to solve a problem. Okay.
But good. Unfortunately, we are just about out of time. I did post another comic about job interviews, which I think is really funny. It's a little bit longer. If you guys want to see it in the chat box, I think it's a good one. But if not, have a really good day. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again soon. And thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Okay.
Thank.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye. Bye.